Okay. Okay, dokie, here we go. I say, I think it did. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. So pop that over. There we go. Okay. Flats. All right. Okie dokie. Here we go. So now. No. Just like that. I'll call it shadows. All right. Now let's see. How do I want to do that? Normally I'd do purple. I think I'm going to push it a little bit more red. Let's bump this up real quick. Look at that. Fucking multiply. I think we'll darken might be where we go. Yeah, that might work. Like I said, I normally go kind of purple. That does not work for darken though. That would be on multiply. I might just do. I think I'll just do purple. Yeah, we'll do purple. We could always change the color later. Alright, so let's see. We'll start with the fabric. Easier, I think. I like to have my light, generally I like to have it coming from the top right. It's just easy to remember. Helps me out. And I like to start with very general shadow setup and go in and adjust things later. So yeah, I'll put down shadows in a rough way, like I said, and then I like to go in and kind of make adjustments after. Just a little bit easier. Actually, that'd farther back because it would be farther away from that. Most of this would be kind of shadowed. Alright. So those buttons, underside of the button. Again, rough shadows, and then I can go in and make adjustments. Keeps things fairly simple. This one. Have a big bit of shadow. This would be shadow. Go down here. That would be in shadow. Lots of shadow going on. Say that would probably be shadow. This underside right here. And this is all very preliminary. I'm not being super precise with this. At some point that will be fixed, but for now, here we are. That would be just shadowed up. This would have some shadow going there. We'll do that there, a little bit right there. Okay. And doing like figuring out the shadows is not my strong suit. I do my best, but honestly, most of the time, like I can figure out the basics, but the more complicated stuff, it's not really nailing it, but just keep trying, figuring it out. That's all you can do, really. A little bit right there. A little line right there. Put some right there. This right here. Again, it's just kind of figuring it out as I go. Doing my best. And that would have like a little shadow coming at the very bottom. Alright, and then it's bleeding. Definitely have shadow at some point. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put lines of shadow on the lines that I see, That just makes it easier. And then I will go back and kind of erase things, figure out where actual shadow would be going. Again, not an expert with light and shadow. It's just kind of figuring it out. And the other thing, I feel like the what's the rest of it, like all of these lines, there is like padded. This is all padded, so these lines would also have shadow. They're not going to be as obvious, but they are padded, so it will have just a little line of shadow down. And again, I will go in and I will like erase back all of this stuff and then figure things out. Try and be a little bit more concrete at some point. But for now, this is what I got. Yeah. Let's see. And I was just trying to make these lines kind of match up with how this fabric would react to bends and stuff. I think did a pretty good job on this arm. I don't know about the other one so much. I think this one was a little bit more successful in that regard. Yeah, I would say that one's a little bit better. This one's fine. Definitely know there's some bends and folds happening, but I do think the other one was more successful. Alright. That's fine. And we'll put this in right here. Dip in under the glove there. So this would have like a little bit. Again, I will be erasing a lot of this away. A lot happening here. All right. Okay. And then there's the helmet situation. So everything is going to have different shadows. The helmet and this armor up here is far more smooth and shiny than the rest of the outfit. So that is something that has to be taken into account. So I will soften some of the shadows in parts of this, but for those, the shadows have to be hard because it is shiny and it is going to be reflective as well. So there's the highlights are going to be a little bit more intense and stuff like that. All things to kind of remember. I guess we'll put this kind of coming up. And if you are doing cell shading, you can differentiate those things in other ways as well. Yeah, mostly through what the color you use and stuff like that would be a little bit more of how that would be done in a cell shaded way. Yeah. But one way to make things look shiny is like if you're doing chrome, it would be black and white near each other over like a light gray. We'll make that very chromy, very shiny metal. Stuff like that is going to be important. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I'm not great with like shiny stuff. I'm going to do my best, but I do not. Again, light and shadow, not exactly my greatest strength. But I'm going to do my best, and hopefully it looks good in the end there. So I'm going to put that like right there. This front bit can kind of shine a little bit more, so we'll leave that back. I'm leaving a gap right there where I'm going to put like a highlight where that catches that edge, and I might back this off up here, back that off slightly there. That's going to catch a lot of light. You can kind of put a shadow right here, I think, and that in between. I'll put that right there, and this right here. About this. Like that. Put kind of a little line on the bottom of this side here. And the same over here, kind of put a little line right around there maybe. And then that'll catch white. I might bring this down to like here. And over. And then this tiny little spot here. Fill. So do I want a small amount of shadow at the top of the lenses? That might be good. Okay, I'm gonna bring that back. Like so. Let's see, let's get in here real quick. This will kind of just pull a line down here. Back. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. Then we need, yeah, this. Maybe neck here. Drop that down to like random. Oh yeah, they just need line. Pull that last one, I think. Same over on this side. Over here, where that kind of meets down there. Alright, so that's a lot of stuff. I think that's all the basic pieces. Maybe we can go across the bottom of the belt there. Okay. We can kind of zoom out now. I mean, that already, I think, adds a lot to it. I just need to kind of work out a little bit more. Maybe like that. Right there. Okay, so let's see. Bring this down some more. Put that right there. All right. We could hit these lines. Yeah, so yeah, okay. Right above everything else. That's pretty good there. Okay. I don't think I put a line at the bottom. Indicating there's an edge to it. Alright, there we go. So that's not too bad. Now it's kind of more clean up. Figuring out stuff. All right. Do that. That's not too bad. Okay. Side we'll bring it down to like right there. Okay. Okay. I think we did a pretty good job with this so far. Again, this is not my strong suit. I do what I can and then I kind of hope for the best. Start from the top up here, kind of shape some of this stuff here. Here. I think pretty up on the mask. All right. Okay, actually, yeah, we can kind of bring. It's fine. All right. Sure. Yeah, let's go. Bring this down a bit. So, I think that's a little bit better. And then yeah, for these, I guess I could thin them a little bit. I don't need to thin them a whole heck of a lot. I think they're pretty good the way I did them. I just kind of got lucky. Can thin them up a little bit. All right. All right. That's pretty good. Here can go. That's way too long. That is too long. Come down. I really just want to show that there is some three-dimensionality here. I don't need it to be way up there like that. Same thing over here. Even though these are kind of glowing lit buttons, I'm gonna have a shadow there. That went pretty well. Just kind of dip that a little bit. There. Okay, there we go. Good progress. There, okay. Yeah, it's really just going through and making some slight adjustments. Not too bad. All right. So yeah, then we need to go go thin on this side and a little thicker on this for the leading. Now, I think that works pretty well. Down. Okay. That's fine. Push this ball back. Bring that down. Bring that over. Alright, so give it a second. Just need a second. Let's see, let's fill this a bit because that doesn't make sense. Alright. And again, let's see. Thin this out a little bit on this side. And like I said, this is not my strong suit. I do what I can and I hope for the best. But it helps to have like references and stuff like that. I kind of have some references, but it's not really the strongest. But it does help still. You just kind of, at least I'm not totally winging it, essentially, is what I'm going. Like, it's okay to kind of go off the top of your head for some stuff, for sure, but it definitely helps to have some references for stuff like bleeding and such. Like, I don't have strong, like I said, the one I have kind of for a different setup where it goes the pleated section of the, I guess, robes are going over his armor, and I liked a different look where it went under, so I went with that. It's like old school Vader. This part here comes up and over this chest piece, but I thought it looked a little bit better and made a little bit more sense for it to go underneath it, so that's what I decided to do. And as an artist, you are entitled to make those kind of decisions. So that's where we're at. Alright, so I did the, I don't like that lips, that little bit coming off. Did that side, I did not do this side. We were going to fill that little spot there. Just fill that. Come up. Okay, that's fine right there. I'm gonna kind of thin this again. Because right now, with how thick those lines are, it kind of makes it seem like those are much thicker than I want them to be. Those stitched, I don't know, padded, that padded look, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to, like, I don't know what that's called, really. Like a padded shirt, sleeve, I don't know. Sometimes figuring out what things are called is difficult. Anyway, right now it looks like they're kind of a lot more padded than I would like them to look. Like much thicker. I don't know. I I could be making them look thicker by making the shadows smaller also. That's a possibility that could be happening. You never know. Unless you're really good at shadows and stuff, then you would know, I assume, but for me, I don't know. I would think that a larger shadow would kind of mean thicker material, but also could mean thicker material to have a smaller shadow, because then it's deeper in, I don't know. So that's stuff like that, just things to think about and test if you want. As for me, most of the time I'm just guessing. So, hey, it's fine. Artistic license is a thing. Actually, I do want that to have a little bit of shadow since that is dipping in there. That would be creating a shadow at the edge of that glove as well. I'll kind of bring that, I think, just a slight little uptick on that. Alright. Bring that across a little bit more. And so I'm just kind of making sure I get on both sides of that line for the gloves. And then I'm going to erase it back a little bit. Okay. A lot of back and forth on this stuff in my for my method, I guess, is where I would. I don't know. I know there are people out there who kind of just nail everything the first time. That's not my. I'm not that good. So I kind of go back and forth, pushing and pulling the shadows and the lines and stuff that I need. That's kind of how my that's kind of how I work. I don't even. A method is probably a strong word, but that's how I work most of the time for stuff like this. I feel like I should have a little bit of a shadow on the edge there as well. I should probably that like a small line here, since it's dipping into that side that has shadow as well. So I'm gonna go like that. Bring that there. No, we'll bring this up to that. No, that I like. That's fine. Kind of bring this closer because I don't think there's that much of a gap right there. Same right here. I don't know. That much of a difference in the material height. Something to think about when you're doing stuff like this. It's the height of the material that is, or how far away the material is from something. All of that is pretty important information. Here we're gonna bring this to right there. That's a bit thick, I think. Go down there. Bring this down a smidge. So that line. Okay. Clear that little bit up there. Bring that there. We can do that. Do that. Let's hit this. Bring this down. This down. Over. Dude, this part is where it's going to get really interesting and difficult to figure out. For me, at least, like I said. Like this twisting of the pleats and such. Like, I think right there would probably be just in shadow. Bring this up, I think. And bring it down there, and we can hit that right around there. Cross back. Let's do that. That, I think. Okay, hit that, and give us a slight edge. We'll leave that other one just kind of shadowed for the heck of it, I guess. Let's say that might be under that enough to get a shadow. I don't know. Again, a lot of this for me is just kind of guesswork in the more complicated parts. This bit around there, I think. Okay, so yeah, we're making some progress. Push that shadow a little bit. I think it needs to be that heavy right there. All right. I'll darken those a little bit. On the edge. Want a little on that edge right there. So that's hard to say. You want a little line around this edge. Doesn't have to be a thick line, but it does need a line. All right. Alright, so let's clean this up. It'll be a very small shadow. That's much better. This down at the bottom, because that can be raised off of that a little bit. Right here. Push that back. Okay. There we go. just a hint on that one edge. Yeah, we'll do this and then I'll erase it back. Okay. Perfect. All right. Let's see here. That needs to come down. That's fine. That can come down there. Okay, so let's see. That's quite a bit. Alright. That needs to go back. That needs to go there. I think we can push this kind of out. Like that. Go right there, this needs to curve more. Alright. Alright. Just needs to be on that. A little bit more on this other side. And then I'll erase things back. That's fine. Okay, so let's see. Again, we're kind of working out things as I go. This little bit out. That back. Bring this down in that line a little bit, I think. That's not too bad. Bring that down. I can come down. Okay. Hit this. Bring that down over. That to kind of round a little bit. Or no. Okay. And we need to do this on this edge. this right here needs to push back a little bit. Here, I want this to go across there. Fine. And you don't have to necessarily put as much effort in with shadows and details that are farther away from like your focal point. Most of the time the focal point will be face or main subject, but if all you have is your main subject, the focal point generally ends up being the face or whatever they're doing or looking at. It's more of an environmental piece. But point being, you can kind of not get too crazy the farther away from your focal point you get. But it's entirely up to you. It's your art, do what you want. But yeah, the farther away from important parts of the image, the less you need detail, and it can even kind of hinder what you're doing. Yeah. But again, it's entirely up to the individual how they want to make their work. I'm not here to tell you there's only one way to do things. Definitely not what I think. Alright, let's zoom out here a little bit. So we've cleaned this up quite a bit. I think it looks quite a bit better. Yeah, not too bad. So next is highlights. I'm just going to duplicate this layer, delete on it, change this to, right now we'll do overlay. And normally I do kind of a yellow. I think I'll do a little bit more of a red for this. Yeah, I don't, a little bit more red, but not a lot more red. That's pretty good, and we'll slide that up. Let's look at lighting. That's one way intense. Screen, still really intense. Soft light, overlay. For now we'll do overlay, and then I might just do a separate, I think we're going to do a separate shadow and highlight for armor. I might just grab all of that information up there from this shadow and transfer it so that I can make that a little bit more intense. But for right now, we're just going to erase that. Alright, so let's get in here, and we're not going to work on the armor right now. Again, the way I do stuff is kind of basic. Lay stuff down very generally, and then I work from there. I don't think I necessarily need to go in like that with all of the laying. So what I think I'll do is just kind of just over in certain parts. Put this all here on this side. might put that right. Okay, so let's hit that whole bit here. Bring this down. Probably about halfway up this, halfway through this leg. About there. I think the lightsaber a little bit more on the the black sections of it are a little bit more on the matte side, so it can be this version stuff. Highlight. That's the word I was looking for. I'm kind of almost doing rim lighting as far as this up here goes. A little bit more rim light, but we could get this. That might be the center of it. Again, it's just kind of however you want to try and do everything. It's really up to the individual in this instance for certain. And just kind of a little bit more on the intense side of things. Just a little bit there. Yeah. Okay, so then and I don't know if I want to do kind of more of a cell shaded look or if I would like to do more soft shadow. I might do more soft shadow for like the fabric. I don't know. That'll be something I can figure out a little bit, I think, though. I hit the edge of this. Right now the shadows are very cell shade, but this highlight probably look better not in that same kind of setup. It's hard to really nail down. Certain parts of this would be like the leather would be a little bit more intentionally kind of cell shady because leather is smoother than fabric. At least this leather would be smoother than fabric. Probably have it like right around there, I think, for the highlight. Sure. Okay, and then maybe we can hit down the middle of these. Again, I don't really know. This is very much guesswork at this point, sure. really shows up on the light gray. So this might work just fine for like the right and middle. That barely shows up on that dark gray. Okay, so I got that. Kind of put a little bit right here. I think. All right. That kind of stuff. This could be fine now. This side, please, because it will be rounded out rather than concave. Sure how I want this part to go. No, erase it back. I meant. So right now that is an absolute mess, which is fine. But I'm gonna make some changes. All right, let's see. Yeah, so all of this like padded, I think I will soften, as well as the pleated part there, and the cape. The cape I'll soften a little bit. Well, all the fabric will get a little bit softer. Let's see if my brushes, because that's square, is that going to be enough? Okay, that might be enough. But I might. Let's just erase that back entirely, I think, for right now. Back. So. I think I wasted a lot of time with something that I'm going to have to do for all of these bits. Actually, that, Control-C. We'll leave that alone, because I think that would be more leather base. What color is that? I might change that to this color as same as the gloves there. So let's erase this whole situation. Start from there. I think that, yeah, works better than trying to work from a solid color like I had. I think we went a little heavy on this one. I'll kind of bring it away from the edges. All build these. That's smart. And then I might have to do kind of a similar thing. Shadow. Alright, and then erase this back. That's fine. Let's go to that leather again. Heck. Okay. All of that. Alright, let's push it. Push it away from the edges a little bit. And fine. I think that's significantly better looking. Having that softer. This. Let's bring this back here. That's fine. All right. All right. Erase all of this. I think this is much more. What was it for? Oh, one. I want to erase the bits that I actually wanted there. Be a little bit more careful down in this area. But wasted some time, but could be worse. Yeah, I guess let's erase this back. Well, all right. Heavy right there. Back it off. All right, not too bad, not too bad. This is a bit intense, I think. All right, so it's oh yeah, we need to go up here. Right here. Okay, that's okay, I think that's pretty good. kind of round these a little bit. That's pretty good. Just round it a little bit. Bring this back up a little bit. Let's see. Where's this back? Actually, I'm just kind of putting these in the middle a little bit more. There's that. Oops. That's fine. Let's see. This is a bit on the intense. Okay. Not too bad. All right. Let's get here. I'll have my pen. That. Yeah, that little I did. Yeah. That color. That. It. Okay. Is quite a bit. It makes more sense. Oh yeah, and then we need to clean this up. In here. All right. too much, I think. Alright. Come back there. This a little bit. There. It's fine. Alright, let's back this up. Take a look at what we've got going on. Not too bad. Let's see. Okay. Put that right there. Something like that, maybe. Okay. Oops. Yep. Zoom out. See where we're at here. Made progress, for sure. I think we're doing pretty good. Let's get in here. See, I don't know. I guess we could just put it all the way to the edge of that shadow. Is it kind of a glow? Okay, so then for the rest of highlights, needs to be in separate. So let's I guess here. That is so crazy. All right, so then everything like that. Okay. And then for this, we're going to change this. I think we'll do art light maybe. Art light might be a bit much. way too soft. Highlights way too hard. I think lighten might be what we need. Oops. Okay, so let's just erase that. Even though I'm really basically just putting it right back. That was fairly unnecessary. That's kind of the idea, I think. Let's see. This basically is all the highlights. Right there, highlight. Up there. Let me look at that. This. It's gonna be interesting figuring out parts of this. Okay, it is kind of giving me sometimes you don't really know until you just throw it down, you know? Alright, edge there. But I think that is definitely giving Vader for sure. Just gotta clean it up. Let's get in here a little bit. Middle bit kind of out, maybe, or do we want it the opposite? Okay. That middle bit is in. I'll have to check. So then after this, so this real quick. I think kind of bring it back. Just a smidge. Oops. Like that. Oop. A little bit. Might be a bit much. Let's go. Should I? Yeah. Let's see. right. These little bits. Okay. That might be good. I want to go up. Yeah, that's not too bad. This all the way down. Drag that. Inside. Okay. Let's see, do I like the outside? This version or inside? I think I like outsides a bit better. Let's do that. Oops. Not too bad. I think that works pretty well. Oh yeah, then we need to work on this. Want that to come around and like that. Maybe. So that's all of that. Intense. So I'm going to knock it back for sure. Let's see, do I want it to come down like that? So, I think I do. Looks like that. And for this one, I'm not entirely sure how I want. I might soften some, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so that's a little bit more. So let's see. If I did more of that. Okay. I'll do that with this. A bit more of that. Much. I think that might. That up. That. And then I'll drop this one. That. I like this a little bit more. And it kind of gives it a little bit more, like maybe there's lines catching that light. Definitely want to do that. It's difficult, like I said, for me at least, it's difficult to kind of nail down how I want stuff, my highlights and such, especially on something so shiny it certainly helps differentiate things. I might drop that just a bit. We did like 75. I think that's pretty good. So this 100. I need to leave it at 100. It's pretty intense, so we might need to leave it at 100. And then for bits. That layer. Delete it. Chrome bits. So for this, basically just drop the black. And just actually we won't go full on black. We might grab this and pop that. Maybe that'll work a little better. That's like the part that's difficult to figure out sometimes. Okay, let's delete that for now. Let's look right here. So that probably looks white rather than that, so let's erase that, erase that, erase that, erase that. Armor highlights, chrome bits. So this one might, or just might put normal, I guess. Missed. Okay. Chrome bits. Let's just hit delete. All right, and we're gonna go just black. And just kind of separate it a little bit. It's fine. I wish I was better at this. Fortunately, it's been a minute since I've even tried. do. And both sides, I don't know. That looks a little bit more chromy. Good. Oh yeah. Erase that. Some of that could stay, but we need to get this. Alright. Bits. See. Let's do this. Let's do it like that. Here. And X. Next station. Wish I could see. It's better. Let's just erase nonsense. Okay. Okay, so erase this, all nonsense again. That edge. And we are going to X. Okay. And we can bring in with all that. So no, it's like I said, it's beautiful. I've tried to make. I know the gist is put black against white, essentially. And now give it that kind of chrome look. Boy, is white rough. Alright, so let's bring that back. Make it a smidge on the smaller side. I'm gonna center it up on this. Maybe we've got it now. All right, no. Let's push this. That. In. Okay, and then there we go. We don't have to have everywhere. Let's see. This might be much. Fire up. second. Man, that is really bad. I don't know what to do here. Let's see. I mean, I know what to look up. That is kind of the one I'm looking for as far as getting that shine. That's the. Let me look at it. All right, so yeah, this is nonsense. Just terrible. All right, so yeah, black is good. So what I want to do here is pull that up through here. Maybe at the edge there. Okay. And then pull this. That is unnecessary. Yes, and we can have a slight separation around the edges. That might actually help a little bit. Okay. This is why it is important to kind of use references for things, especially if you haven't done them. References are your friend. There are people out there who claim they don't use references and stuff like that, and they might not, I don't know, but most professionals in reality actually use a lot of references. So, things to keep in mind. Let's see. I put that right there. Because this is like a turn right here. This would be the bottom of the saber. So I think what I'll do here, I'll just kind of throw one little bit of white along the edge on one side. Let's shrink this up. It actually might be better if I have it slightly inside that black. Like that. We might just ditch this, but I'm not sure. And one outside of the black. Okay. So let's zoom out here. Is that giving me the look I'm looking for? Not so much, fortunately, but I do think it is much better than it was. And I could slide. Let's grab these and slide them over. I think that might be Let's do this. So let's slide this over to like right here. Okay. This bit, slide up ever so slightly. Okay. Back to my pen. Let's see. X. This top. We need to come up a bit. And then I think it might be beneficial to have it going over this fin, much like it does in the image I'm looking at. That. I think that might help sell that shine. Maybe. I don't know. Again, it's not about making things perfect. I don't think that this line sells much. That's helpful. I don't know. Okay. For this one, and then the black around that. Might a little bit more white in this. That one. Okay. Yeah, I think that might be better. Oops. Push that back a little bit there. Nope. Okay, so that's a little bit. Let's zoom out here. I think that might be about as good as it's gonna get, honestly. Sometimes that's what you gotta work with. Alright. So that would be all of Vaders' highlights and shadows. Quite a bit. Back down here. Go background. Boom. Let's see. So to do that. Okay, looks like that's weird. Okay. I think it's a little bit more in that kind of color. Yeah. Brush. Kind of just hit that whole bottom Am I? That kind of puts down that. Alright. Let's see, so that would be slightly different. Say we put, yeah, that works. Do. Thanks. All right, appreciate that. And then I guess that would just kind of be. We can slightly darken that, like the ceiling is. Okay, and then. A little bit, maybe. Hard to say. Okay, that's too bad. Let's need that. Shrink this way down. I guess we could. That. Pop that here. Yeah, we can put a bit up there, I think. Inner stuff going on, but I think that's a pretty good start. Might slide all of this up. I think that makes a little bit more sense. And we'll fix lines and whatnot later, it's not a big deal. Back to my brush. Bump it up slightly. That there. Cross. Alright. Once I got that, then I think we're pretty much done for now. But it's fine. All right, so it's up again. I think just kind of cross. Pretty much spacing. I'll worry about a little bit more permanent and straight stuff once I get back next time. Nope, that's too low. Do the rest of that. Too bad. Nope. And then boom, 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 boom. And go slightly lighter. So let's go. Whoops. No, that's. Oh, I copied the background. That would help. So then, just a bit darker than that, maybe. Right. Essentially, this is. It's on the other side. So there's the shadow. All right. Real quick, I'm just gonna go across this. I'm done for today. All right, so that's kind of that. Yeah. And then I'll have the Empire symbol behind him across those two doors. I think that would be really nice. Yeah, so far so good. All right, we're calling it for today. All right, let's see. That's really zoomed out. That's where we ended up. Not too bad. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone stopping by and hanging out with me. Always appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you come back. And yeah. I'll probably be finishing this up next time, but it won't be Saturday. It will be Sunday, because I've got stuff going on Saturday that I won't be able to be here for my regular time. So yeah, Sunday instead next week. But I will definitely be on Sunday, same time, 10 a.m. Pacific. Yeah. And if you want to follow my Instagram, my Twitter, I let people know when I'm going live. I post the progress from my stream and all of that there. So at Zann20 for both of those. You can see it right there on the screen. Yeah, so next week, Sunday rather than Saturday. And I will be hopefully finishing this up. There isn't a whole heck of a lot left to do. Just kind of finalize the background. So, I mean, that might take a whole 2 hours. I don't know. It might be able to be done quickly, and I can start something new. Yeah. I had fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.